Well, elephants do not paint.
Yes, they do. This is a self-portrait by Baybar the elephant.
Where did you ever hear that elephants paint? Hey everybody, I am so happy to see you today. Thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a good summer week. It has been so hot here, but the temperature just took a dive, and so it's really nice. It's in the 70s and in the 50s at night. So me and Desi have been really enjoying it. Did you have a good week? I had such a great week. My friend Hal came up and we hit all kinds of thrift stores and we found some good things that I have to show you. And I also want to show you a mistake. I run across this beautiful sculpture and what do you know? I talked myself out of buying it. So I have to show you what happened, and I want to share with you what I learned from this. Number one, it's going to be great to share this with you because if you're in a thrift store and you see this particular item, you'll know what it's worth, and you'll know that if you don't want to buy it for yourself, they usually have it priced at $5 or $6. You could actually sell it to collectors. But also, more importantly, I wanted to share the experience with you because it truly illustrates why I thrift, and it's really not about money or reselling. I think sometimes what a person collects reflects who they are. I really do believe that. And this week I found another Roseville, not art pottery, but I found Roseville, USA pottery from Ohio. And they did this spongeware, and I found another picture, and I just love this. And I think the reason that I love spongeware so much is because it just depicts like your grandmother's stoneware. You know, it's very nurturing, it's very sweet, it's very grounding. And what I would like to do is have some shelves built in my kitchen so I could display that kind of just beautiful pottery that turns out to be so functional and does remind me of, grandma on the farm. And I think it's just beautiful. It's also becoming incredibly trendy. Oh wow, I love that.
If I bought this for you, would you wear it?
Well, I would, but it's an extra large.
Well, you'll just have to grow into it.
Hal and I, we kind of ran into the St. Vincent de Paul, and we went in there, and there were these beautiful, ceramic dishes from the 70s. This is the Mammoth set. So beautiful, milky brown, just so beautiful. And if you can get the dishes and the cups and the bowls are so beautiful. But this has become very, very trendy. Any type of dishware, any type of pitchers, any type of platters that represent the 70s and the beautiful pottery that was being made during that time. It's so hot right now. So I was so excited to get these two oval platters. They're worth right around $30 a piece, and these were $1 a piece, and they're in perfect condition. So now I only need 32 more pieces and I'll be all set.
What do you think, Sue?
Now that is one hot outfit. What do you got going there? You got red shorts and you got that very, very subtle orange top. Oh hell, I love these shoes. These are really nice. If I bought those for you, would you wear them?
No, but this pair,
Oh my goodness.
never out of style with a wingtip. And the best thing about this pair,
Yeah.
brown.
Brown wingtips.
And look, not even any heel wear. Just a classic pair of shoes.
Doesn't that say I'm selling encyclopedias?
No, it says they only have one here, so if you buy it, you're going to have to find a mate.
There's only one. How much does just one shoe cost?
10 cents.
Oh my goodness. You know, I've always wondered when you're driving down the highway and there's just one shoe in the middle of the road. What's the story on that? Like,
Well, it would be money well spent to get a half a pair of wingtips.
well, that's close enough. Who needs shoes to be the same color or size?
You don't. If you had a pair of pants and one leg was brown and the other was black,
Oh, that'd be perfect. Oh wow. Are you gonna wear that tonight for your date?
oh, I thought maybe you'd wear it on your next day.
Maybe we could share
It
it.
has an elastic band.
Let me see.
Very
You
comfortable.
think that would fit me?
Very comfortable with that elastic band. Look at this.
You know what? I could see some brown and black wingtips with those pants. I don't know if you'll remember this, but when I was moving from my 2-bedroom apartment to buying my house here, I was packing things up, and I started the video out by showing you a beautiful painting by a lady named Dee Morgan. And she was an artist in Georgia. She passed away at 88 years old, but she just had the most beautiful paintings. And she would write on the paintings a little saying, something that she believed in, some lesson she had learned, or some wish for you and I. And it was so tender and sweet. So I showed you this big Dee Morgan painting that I had. And I explained to you that she had lost her son tragically in an accident. And she didn't give very many interviews, but one interview she gave, she said that after her son passed away, she would create this fantasy world of beautiful homes and gardens and these sweet little sayings, and it would be like everything was all right and her son was still alive. And this fantasy world that she created for herself helped her heal. In her grief, she found peace by just forgetting it all for a while. And I could relate to that. And I told you that that painting was one of my prized possessions, and it's hanging in my kitchen right now. So my Dee Morgan, I am so happy to have this little painting. I have a lot of art in my kitchen, and one of my favorites is this large painting by Dee Morgan. And the saying is just it's so beautiful. And it gives me a lot of inspiration to overcome sometimes the grief that I feel over losing someone I love. I like that. A New York State of Mind. Do you think that would fit me? That's like a Billy Joel shirt. Oh my gosh, I love
thought that was Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra.
No, that's New York. New York. This is a New York State of Mind. That's Billy Joel.
Which one do you like, Sue?
Oh wow. Are you going to be digging up a road anytime soon?
I'm going to buy one of these too.
Are you? That'll be nice. So when you walk at night, no one will ever hit you. So many of you out there love and collect Roseville pottery, and it is so beautiful. And it has stood the test of time. The company was cranking out vases, over 100 years ago. And they're they're just as beautiful now as they were then. I mean, pottery with the most beautiful colors depicting almost always flowers from the garden. So, of course, what's not to love? But, as a mature woman, I get inspired by Roseville pottery too. I think we collect what we love down deep that really speaks to us personally. And when I see Roseville, I always think the beauty comes from inside out. It's not the paint job that we love with Roseville. It's the craft of the design and the subject matter, the soul of the piece. It goes on forever. So the paint job can be a little faded, like me and my paint job. But I like to think that the beauty is from the inside out. So I love arts and crafts pottery, all kinds. So it's very unusual for me to buy a marble vase from Egypt. But I did buy this. I scored this a couple weeks ago at Goodwill. And it was just a couple dollars. But, oh my gosh, it's so heavy. I swear this is 10 pounds, maybe more. But the reason that I got it is because I thought it would bring this new texture to my mantle. So instead of all the arts and crafts kind of vibe and the deep colors, that this would give something, I don't know, sort of a light and airiness, and yet kind of mixing it up with the texture. So that's why I got it. I actually remember like it was yesterday when my husband Bill and I, we were walking through St. Vincent de Paul, and I saw on the wall the Maxfield Parish lute players, and it was marked $5, and I started to shake, and I asked the lady that was working there if she could get it down off the wall for me, and then I grabbed it, and I just sort of, ran around the store with my arms around it. I just couldn't believe it. It was $5, and that's in my living room right now. I'll always remember that day I was walking through the thrift store, and way high upon the wall, there was this painting, Maxfield Parish, the lute players. And the women just looked so happy. Getting late. We all gotta go to bed. Desi, it's time for you to go to bed. Are you waiting for Mr. Hal to read you a story?
Are you ready to pick up where we left off in our book, Dog Songs?
Now, he really should be going to bed, Hal. Well, I wonder if elephants ever have hobbies. What do you think?
Yes, they do.
Yeah?
They like to paint.
Paint like...
Paint pictures.
Like an artist?
Yes.
Like an elephant could be like a Vincent van Gogh?
They have a little, in their trunk, they have a paintbrush, and then they have an easel with a palette of paint.
Are you telling me that if I Google fun facts that elephants do, painting would come up?
Yes.
I don't believe you. You're telling me maybe this classical painting was done by an elephant? Is that what you're saying?
It is very possible that was painted by an elephant. The original, not this one, but the original.
The original was, it might be, who signed, oh, I see, who signed that? Dumbo.
Dumbo.
I will bet you $10 that elephants do not paint.
Look up Suit of the Elephant on the internet.
All right, you're on. Oh no, the elephant is painting. Oh, no. The elephant is painting. This is a beautiful sculpture by a man named Curtis Lee Jere. And he was an American, and he started a company in the 60s called the Artisan House with his brother-in-law. And they designed these beautiful wall sculptures. Most were quite large. This is a smaller one that I've had for quite a few years. So they produced all these beautiful sculptures, and their goal was to bring fine, great art to the masses at an affordable price. And so they were in business for about 10 years, from the 60s, middle 60s to the middle 70s. when you think about it, what was really hot in the 50s and the 60s? It was mid-century modern homes. Beautiful, beautiful homes that were wood and glass. Windows everywhere. Just one of my very, very favorite type of homes. And they had this airy type of sculpture that went on the wall that would show great movement and flow, a freedom. You know, things that Frank Lloyd Wright always believed in when he was designing a home. So it's very, very popular, mid-century modern, that kind of vibe. Well, when the company went out of business, these sculptures, disappeared from the market. The last 10 years or so, you're seeing these sculptures come back on the market at Goodwill, at Salvation Army. So I'm trying to give you a little bit of background how valuable these are and how rare they are and why they're important. 2 weeks ago, I was at Goodwill and I saw this beautiful sculpture. It didn't really speak to me, but hey, it was special. This piece is signed by Jere, and the piece that I saw at Goodwill 2 weeks ago was also signed and dated. Well, how about if we roll the video of when I first saw this, and it will explain to you a little bit about why I didn't buy it. I don't think this is done by a famous sculptor because of this. I don't think so, unless someone painted over it. I don't think so, but the artist signed it. That's very unusual. 1987. Oh, crap. This thing is probably worth $5,000 and I'm going to pass it up. Oh, dear. So you can imagine when I got home and I realized that it was not a fake. And I just want to say the reason that I thought it was a fake, and what I mean by fake is, something that maybe Wayfair did a reproduction of, and they tried to make it look like a Jere original. And that's what I thought it was, because I thought, well, this paint, this black paint, that's kind of sloppy. Curtis wouldn't have designed something like that. Oh, yes, he did. Well, I drove back to the store the next morning. I drove back to Goodwill, and I thought for sure it will be there because, I left when the store was closing. There really wasn't a lot of time for somebody to come in and buy it. So I walked in, I went right to where it was, and it was gone. And I just felt so bad. But I didn't feel bad because I lost the money. I'm not a reseller. I mean, to be fair, I probably would have resold that particular piece because it was so valuable, but not because I needed the money or wanted the money, but I would have sold it because it didn't really speak to me. I think of nature and berries as having color and beauty, and that just didn't speak to me. That black paint representing the stems, that just wasn't cutting it for me. And the leaves look like tiny little silver gold knives. Anyway. So if you're ever in Goodwill or a thrift store and you see a wall sculpture and you see that it's signed by Jere or just Lee or any type of signing and a date, please grab it. Please grab it. Love it. That is so you. That's amazingly you.
Cute.
Wow.
Makes me look cute.
Time to go home. I know you're tired. We'll go home and get a ham sandwich. and I were joking around at the Salvation Army, and I saw this little guy, and I had to take him home. My grandchildren, they just love elephants just like I do. But I lost a bet with Hal because he said that elephants paint, and I said they do not. And then he showed me a video where indeed they do paint. I started to think about elephants don't really paint, do they? They're trained to paint, and researchers say that a few elephants truly do seem to like to paint, but most of them don't. They paint because they've been trained to paint, and I assume it makes money for their trainer. And I don't know, for some reason, I started to think about all of us here and conformity. And how, I don't know how many times somebody will say to us, and I know this is true because you write me about it, well, don't even think about buying a house at your age, or don't even think about a bigger apartment than what you're in, or don't even think about at your age wearing big earrings or red lipstick, or maybe, God forbid, tight pants. All kinds of things that we're not supposed to do at our age. And sometimes it gets exhausting. People that always want to give us advice, and it's usually people that are half our age, like, come on, get out there, or what are you, crazy? What do you mean you're going on a first date? Where do you think that's going? You're in your 70s. Anyway, I don't want to live my life like that anymore. I want to do what I want to do. I don't want to conform. I don't want to do what other people think I should do. I want to do what I want to do so I can have a happy life, whether I have a week to live or whether I have 20 more years to live or more. I want to live an authentic life. When we get older, so many things fall into place, right? I don't know how you feel, but I haven't lived this long to live somebody else's idea of what I should be doing in my life. So yeah, elephants don't paint, but they do. I can train myself to accept many things. I can see myself through other people's eyes. I can train myself to behave. But I also have free will and the memory of desire and youth, and I can paint a self-portrait of adventure and a new me. I just have to want to.
But sometimes dreams are dark and wild and creepy, and I wake and I am afraid, though I don't know why. But I am no longer sleepy, and too slowly the hours go by. So I climb on the bed where the light of the moon is shining on your face, and I know it will be morning soon. Everybody needs a safe place.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you liked the video. And are you bored, Desi? If you get a chance down below, could you share your biggest score you ever got at a thrift store? I think that would be so cool to find out what that is. Please have yourself a good, happy, safe, brand new week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
Won the bet.
Yes, you did.
Elephants can fly and paint.
New York. Yeah.